गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुनतीरवनचारी यमुनतीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा गिरिधरी राधा गिरिधरी राधे जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगमय की यमुनमय की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी देवी की कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नम ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिनि नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances to all the devotees, and I welcome all of you to this third day of our discussions on Mukundamala Stotra. Yesterday we concluded with that most beautiful shloka where Kulashekara Alvar says that Tvad bhritya bhritya paricharaka bhritya bhritya bhrityasya bhritya itimam smara lokanatha. O Lord, the greatest benediction that you can ever give to anyone is to accept such a person, such a devotee as the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of your servant. That's the benediction. That's the worthiest aspiration. So then we'll go ahead. Some selected shlokas I'll do. Today's last day. 27th shloka. Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam Smarami Narayana Tattvam Avyayam Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam Smarami Narayana Tattvam Avyayam Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam. Let me always offer obeisances to the lotus feet of Lord Narayana. Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada. Let me always worship Lord Narayana. Sada, always. Something similar to that shloka where in the Gita Mahatmya it said, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva, Eko Mantrastasya Namani Yani, Karmapyekam Tasya Devasya Seva. So some of these shlokas describe the exclusivity of a devotee surrender to a specific form of the Lord. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam means that Bhagavad Gita is sufficient for me. One Shastra. Enough. Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva. So let me just surrender into that. Devaki Putra Krishna only. No other deity required for me. This devotee is praying. Karmapi ekam tasya devasya cheva. The only activity that I will do is just service to Krishna. The only mantra that I chant is his name. So that is exclusive surrender, exclusive dedication to one form of the Lord. Here he is saying, Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam. Let me just offer obeisances to the lotus feet of Narayana alone. Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada. Let me just worship. Let me just do puja of Narayana alone. Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam. Let me just chant the name of Narayana, which is Nirmala, which is spotless. No contamination in this name. Smarami Narayana Tattvam Avyayam. Let me just remember, let me just meditate on the Tattva of Narayana, the divine philosophy connected to Narayana, the divine truth of Narayana's appearances and activities. So this is exclusivity. Of course, ultimately Narayana and Krishna both are same. If you remember in the 15th shloka, we discussed how Kulashekar Alvar is telling us, just drink the nectar of Krishna's name. Krishnakhyamapiyatam tatpitam paramaushadham vitanute nirvanamatyantikam. He said, right? Just drink the nectar of Krishna's name. In the next shloka he said that He amartyaha paramam srutam hitam srunutavo. In that shloka he said, just chant Narayana mantra. Mantram sa pranavam pranama sahitam pravartayadhvam muhu. That one Lord can be called by different devotees with different names, or by the same devotee with different names. But ultimately, sorry, ultimately the Lord is one, who manifests himself in different forms to please different devotees. In the ground floor, we offer obeisances to Narasimha Dev. In the top floor, first floor, we offer obeisances to Krishna, Giridhari Krishna. So let's go ahead. The meaning of the shloka is very simple. 28th. Srinath Narayana Vasudeva Sri Krishna Bhakta Priya Chakrapane Sri Padmanabhachyuta Vasu Sri Padmanabhachyuta Kaitabhare Sri Rama Padmaksha Hare Murare Ananta Vaikuntha Mukunda Krishna Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Vaktum Samarthopi na Vakti Kaschit Aho Jananam Vyasanabhimukhyam. Srinatha Narayana Vasudeva. Some three more names are coming here. Srinatha means the husband of Sri Lakshmi Devi. O Narayana, O Vasudeva, Sri Krishna, Bhakta Priya, one who is very dear to your devotees. Chakrapani, one who holds Sudarshana Chakra in your hands. Then Sri Rama Padmaksha Hare Murare. Sri Padmanabhachyuta Kaitabhare. Padmanabha is one whose navel is like a lotus, or from whose navel a lotus sprouts. Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Namaha Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamalini. So the Lord's navel is like a lotus, and a lotus sprouts from that navel. Padmanabha, Achyuta, one who never fails in his offering of protection to devotees. Kaitabhare, one who has killed the demons like Madhu and Kaitabha. Sri Rama Padmaksha Hare Murare. O Rama, one who gives pleasure to everyone. Padmaksha, one who has lotus-like eyes. Hare. Hari means one who does haran, one who completely steals all our pride, one who completely steals all our material attachments, one who steals our miseries, one who steals our hearts. Therefore, he is called Hari, one who does haran. Murare, he is the killer of the demon Mura. Ananta Vaikuntha Mukunda Krishna Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. You are Ananta. Na hiyantasvad vibhuti nam sonanta iti giyasi. There is no end to your opulences. Therefore, you are Ananta. Ananta Vaikuntha. The Lord lives in a abode called Vaikuntha, which is devoid of miseries. Sometimes the Lord is addressed as Vaikuntha also. Vaikuntha is the name of the Lord also, name of the Lord's abode also. Ananta Vaikuntha, Mukunda Krishna, oh giver of liberation, oh all attractive Krishna. Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Your Govinda, your Damodara, your Madhava. Vaktum Samarthopi Navakti Kaschit. Now the main misfortune comes here. All the names in these first 6 lines, we just effortlessly chanted at this moment. Sri Krishna, Bhakta Priya, Chakrapani, Rama, Padmaksha, Ananta, Vaikuntha, Govinda, Damodara, Madhava. Is there any difficulty in chanting these names? Nothing. But Vaktum Samartho Api. Although people have the ability to chant these names, Samartha means one who has ability, one who has the capacity to chant. Still, Navakti Kaschit, they don't chant. Although they have the ability to chant these names, they don't chant. Just like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said in the second shloka of Sikshashtakam. Namna Makari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shakti. Means the Lord has invested all his potencies in his names. Namna Makari Bahudha means the Lord has so many names. Nija Sarva Shakti Tatrarpita means the Lord has invested all his powers into these names. Tatrarpita. Niyamita Smaranena Kala. So not only the Lord has made his names as powerful as himself, the Lord has also gave us so many concessions. So much of concession. What is the concession? You can chant at any time. No prescribed time. Whenever you want to chant. Morning, evening, night time, midnight, midday. Whenever you want to chant. No hard and fast rules to chant these names, to remember these names. So holy name is always accessible, all powerful. And not just all powerful and all accessible, all merciful also. Tatrarpita niyamita smaranena kala tava kripa bhagavan. Oh Lord, you have invested your kripa also. Holy names are extremely merciful. Still, durdaivam. My misfortune is durdaivam idrishamiha jani na anuraga. I have no anuraga. I have no attachment. I have no attraction. I have no interest to chant these names. How many of you feel like that? Although we know the glories of the holy name, although we understand that the holy name of Krishna is very merciful, very powerful, very accessible, still there is no interest. That's our misfortune. Same thing he's saying. Vaktum samarthopi na vakti kaschit. Although people can easily chant these names, can effortlessly chant these names, it doesn't take so much of effort to chant these names. Yesterday evening, we were discussing. I was just chanting some passage from the Vedic scriptures, long one. I asked the devotees to repeat. Oh, they were smiling. They were not repeating. But when I chanted Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Mantra, everybody was chanting. Very easy to chant the holy names of the Lord compared to 1 kilometer long mantras in different Upanishads. Right? But Vaktum Samartho Apina Vakti Kaschit. Although they have the ability to chant, although Krishna has given them a tongue to chant, still they don't chant. Prabhupada gives this, makes this joke, right? The wife is telling the husband, chant, chant, chant. The husband is saying, can't, can't, can't. This is like that. Vaktum samarthopi navakti kaschit. Ahojananam vyasanabhimukhyam. Can you just imagine the misfortune of Janta, common people? They are just vyasanabhimukhyam. Vyasana means a danger. Abhimukhyam means you are facing danger. Danger is there, but you are facing the danger. Yes, not out of courage, out of negligence, out of foolishness, out of ignorance. Here there is nectar in the form of Krishna's names. There is danger in the form of Maya. They have turned their face away from Krishna's name and they are just moving towards Maya. Yes, with so much courage. Daivi hiyasha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya. Duratyaya? I don't want to surpass Maya. I want to embrace Maya. that's the mood of conditioned soul. Ahojananam yasanabhimukhyam. He's compassionate. So great souls, great devotees are always compassionate. Just like he says, Prahlad Maharaj says, in the prayers to Narasimha Dev. Naivo dvije paraduratya vaitaranya tvadvirya gayana mahamritamagna chitta soche tato vimukhachetasa indriyartha maya sukhaya bharamudvahato vimudhan. He says, personally I have no problems because tadvirya gayana maha amrita magna chitta. I have immersed my mind in the nectarian narrations of your glories, O Lord. I have immersed my mind. I am absorbed in chanting your glories. Tadvirya gayana mahamrita magna chitta. But soche tato, I am lamenting for one thing. For whom? Vimukha chetasa. Indriyartha. Vimukha chetasa means they have turned their face away from Krishna. They have become vimukha chetasa. And they are abhimukha towards vyasana. They are facing danger. They are turning their face away from Krishna. See, I am lamenting about them. They are carrying the burden of maya sukha. They are carrying the great burden of illusory happiness. He is lamenting for them. He is praying for them. He is compassionate upon them. Similarly, he is also compassionate. Or Kulashekar Alvar. Shall we recite once again? Shri Nath Narayana Vasudeva Sri Krishna Bhakta Priya Chakrapane Shri Padmanabhachyuta Kaitabhare Shri Rama Padmaksha Hare Murare Ananta Vaikuntha Mukunda Krishna Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Vaktum Samarthopi Navakti Kaschid Aho Jananam Vyasanabhimukhyam. Next. Bhaktapaya Bhujanga Garudamani Trailokya Rakshamani Gopi Lochana Chatakam Budamani Saundarya Mudrabadi Yakantamani Rukmini Ghanakucha Dvandvaika Bhushamani Shreyo Devashikhamanirdiṣatu no Gopala Chudamani. Bhaktapaya Bhujanga Garudamani. Whenever the devotees are in some troubles, some dangers, the Lord comes to take away those troubles. The Lord descends. Bhaktapaya Bhujanga Garudamani. The Lord is known to descend on the back of Garuda. Garuda looks like a great golden mountain, huge body, and on top of Garuda's golden mountain-like body, Lord Krishna appears like a blue shining sapphire. Neelamani. Trailokya Rakshamani. He protects all his devotees in all the three worlds. Bhaktapaya Bhujanga Garudamani. Trailokya Rakshamani. Gopi Lochana Chatakam Budamani. Saundarya Mudrabadi. Gopi Lochana means the eyes of the gopis. They are like Chataka birds. Chataka birds are known to wait for the rainwater. They drink only the water that comes directly from the clouds. They don't drink bisleri water. They don't drink even water from Ganga and Yamuna. They drink directly the water coming from the rain clouds. Gopis also are like that. They drink the nectar of Krishna's beauty alone. No other form of Krishna satisfies the gopis. Even the Dwarakadhish form of Krishna or Mathuradhish form of Krishna also doesn't satisfy the gopis. The gopis are so attached to Krishna's Vrindavan form. They're accustomed to Krishna's Vrindavan form that even if Lord Narayana manifests in front of these gopis, oh Narayana, please accept our humble obeisances. Did you see Krishna somewhere? Can you please share his GPS location, preferably live location, so that we can chase him? So that is the gopis' bhava. The gopis are so fortunate to be able to see Krishna's Vrindavan attire, which is the topmost manifestation of the absolute truth. Gopyah tapah kimacharan yadamushya rupam lavanya saramasamordhamananya siddham drigbhih pibantyanusavabhinavam durrapam ekanta dhama yashashah shriya aishwarasya. Gopyah tapah kimacharan. What great austerities did the gopis of Vrindavan do to be able to see this most enchanting cowhead boy form of Krishna in Vrindavan? Gopyah tapah kimacharan yadamushya rupam. And what is the speciality of this beautiful cowhead boy form of Krishna? Number one, lavanya saram, means this form is the essence of all loveliness. Number two, asamordham, there is no other form of Krishna which is equal to or superior to his cowhead boy form in Vrindavan. Ananya siddham, the beauty of Vrindavan Krishna or any form of Krishna is innate, is intrinsic. He doesn't acquire that beauty from somewhere. Ananya siddham. One more meaning of Ananya siddham is nowhere else this beauty of Krishna is displayed. The sweet, innocent, simple beauty as a cowhead boy of cowhead boy is displayed only in Vrindavan. This peacock feather you can see in Vrindavan. Krishna wears peacock feather in Vrindavan. Krishna plays flute in Vrindavan only. Krishna walks barefoot in Vrindavan only. From top to bottom, I'm seeing the form and then describing. Behind us there is a form. Gopyastapaha kimacharan yadamushya rupam. So Krishna gave up his peacock feather when he went to Dwaraka. Krishna stopped playing flute when he went to Dwaraka. Krishna started wearing shoes when he went to Dwaraka. Krishna started wearing a big crown in Dwaraka. But in Vrindavan, either he just leaves his hair loose with a bun on head with some small strings of pearls, or a nice turban decorated with forest flowers, not a big crown. You see, that is Vrindavan attire of Krishna. Ananya Siddham, this beautiful cowhead boy form of Krishna is visible only in Vrindavan, not anywhere else. So, Ananya Siddham, Lavanya Saramasamordham Ananya Siddham, Drigbhih Pibantyanusavabhinavam Durrapam. Even if you drink the nectar of Krishna's beauty, Gopal's beauty in Vrindavan, with your eyes, you will never be satiated. You will never be bored. You will never be exhausted. You want to see him again and again and again. That is the power of Krishna's beauty. Ananya Siddham. Drigbhih Pibantyanusavabhinavam Durrapam. Durrapam means very rarely attainable. Extremely rare. To access Krishna's cowhead boy form in Vrindavan is extremely rare. And it's self-perfect. It's the abode of all beauties, all opulences. And the gopis are fortunate enough to see that beautiful cowhead boy form of Krishna in Vrindavan. Gopi lochana chatakam budabadi saundarya mudrabadi. Saundarya mudramani is an abode of all beauties. And Gopi lochana, the eyes of the gopis are like chataka birds searching for only that beauty of Krishna. Yah kantamani rukmini Ghanakucha Dvandvaika Bhushamani. Now, Kulashekara Alvar goes from Vrindavan to Dwarka, from gopis to queens of Krishna. And Rukmini Devi is the foremost of all queens, the first of all queens, Jyeshta and Sreshta. So, Yaha Kantamani, jewel-like queen of Krishna is Rukmini Devi. Ghanakucha Dvandvaika Bhushamani. Krishna is like Bhushamani, a decorating ornament on the heart of Rukmini Devi. Just like Krishna is the Chataka Ambudamani, means Krishna's bodily complexion is like that of a dark monsoon cloud. And that monsoon cloud is compared to a mani, jewel-like cloud. So seeing the jewel-like cloud, the Chataka bird, like the eyes of the gopis, become excited. Just like Chataka birds become excited seeing the clouds, the eyes of the gopis become excited seeing the form of Krishna. So that is the comparison in second line. Third line says that Krishna is like a special bhushamani, a decorating jewel, decorating ornament on the heart of Mother Rukmini. Shreyo deva shikhamanirtishatu no gopala chudabadi. So let that Gopala Chudamani, the crest jewel of all Gopas, all cowheads, let him cause greatest auspiciousness to all of us by his loving glances, by his merciful and affectionate glances. That's the prayer. Next. 31st sloka. Shatruchedayika mantram sakalam upanishadvakya sampujya mantram. Shatruchedayika mantram sakalam upanishadvakya sampujya mantram. संसारोच्छेद मंत्रम समुचित तमसः संघ निर्याण मंत्रम. संसारोच्छेद मंत्रम समुचित तमसः संघ निर्याण मंत्रम. सर्वैश्वर्यैक मंत्रम व्यसन भुजग संदष्ट संत्राण मंत्रम. सर्वैश्वर्यैक मंत्रम व्यसन भुजग संदष्ट संत्राण मंत्रम. जिह्वे श्री कृष्ण मंत्रम जप जप सततम जन्म साफल्य मंत्रम. So, like in the previous shloka, we have manis so many times. Here mantras are coming so many times. Shatru Chedaika mantram. Shatru, all the enemies are destroyed by chanting Krishna mantra. He's saying, Jihve Sri Krishna mantram, with your jihva, with your tongue, you chant Krishna mantra. Japa japa satatam, constantly you chant. Just as Krishna said, Yajnanam japa yajnosmi. Of all kinds of sacrifices, the best sacrifice is to chant japa. Satatam, constantly chant. Janma safalya mantram. To make your life fruitful, meaningful, successful, purposeful, chant this mantra constantly. And if you chant this mantra, what happens? First line. Shatruchedayika mantram. All the shatrus are destroyed. Not the external enemies, the internal enemies of the Arishad Vargas. Lust, envy, pride, greed, they are destroyed completely. Shatruchedayika mantram. Sakalam upanishadvakya sampujya mantram. All the Upanishads, all the great literatures, Vaishnava literatures given by great sages headed by Vyasadeva, they are also recommending that you chant the names of Krishna. You please chant the names of Krishna. Other scriptures are also recommending the same thing. In fact, he says Sampujya Mantram. All the Upanishadic teachings are doing puja of Krishna mantra. Basically, they are exalting this mantra so much. They are repeatedly recommending that, yes, please take shelter of this mantra. This is our message also. Iti shodashakam namnam kalikalmashanashanam natah paratropayat sarva vedeshu drishyate. Even if you explore all the Vedas, you will not find any other solution other than the holy name of Krishna for spiritual emancipation, for transcending the cycle of birth and death, for attaining the lotus feet of the Lord, for attaining Krishna Prema. This is the only way. Sakalam Upanishadvakya Sampujya Mantram. Samsarocheda Mantram. Samsara is our tenure in this material world. cycle of birth and death. Samsaro cheda mantram, it can terminate our existence in this material world. The holy name of Krishna can terminate our tribulations, help us transcend all the troubles of this material world. Samsaro cheda mantram, samuchita tamasaha sangha niryana mantram. Samuchita tamasaha. What is tamasa? Ignorance. Tamasa literally is darkness. Here, darkness of ignorance means knowledge is light and darkness is ignorance. When somebody does not have that knowledge, the divine effulgent knowledge, they are in ignorance. Tamasaha sangha niryana mantra means whatever association we have with the darkness, whatever absorption we have in that ignorance of real spiritual knowledge, that ignorance is destroyed by Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When you chant the holy names of the Lord, you automatically develop so much knowledge about Krishna. Yesterday we discussed, I don't know, here or somewhere, I forgot. We discussed that Dhruva Maharaj chanted Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya for 6 months. But that chanting of the name of the Lord, Vasudeva name of the Lord, revealed to him the essence of all the scriptures. The Lord personally came and touched this conch shell to his forehead and he understood everything. He could understand the essence of all the scriptures. Thus, Samuchita tamasaha sangha mantram. All our absorption in ignorance or arrogance or darkness is destroyed and knowledge is bestowed upon us when we chant the names of Krishna. That's why our understanding of scriptures is not just dependent on our systematic study alone. I often say this. It also depends on our chanting the holy names of Krishna. When we chant Krishna's names, Krishna will reveal the inner secrets of philosophy of the scriptures. Yesterday we discussed, right? Atayeva nama matra Vaishnavera dharma name prasphutita haya rupa guna karma. Therefore, the only dharma of a Vaishnava is to chant the holy names of Krishna, and that nama prasphutita haya, that name will manifest rupa guna karma. We will be able to understand and appreciate Krishna's forms and Krishna's qualities and Krishna's activities, Krishna's pastimes, just by chanting Krishna's names. So name is the foundation which gives us access to Rupa, Guna and Karma of the Lord. So name will remove all the darkness of ignorance, will illuminate our hearts with knowledge. Sarvaishwaryaika mantram. The greatest Aishwarya that a conditioned soul or a soul can have is not just money, is not gold or diamonds. The greatest Aishwarya is the wealth of Krishna Prema. And holy name of Krishna can give us Krishna Prema. Sarvaishwaryaika mantram. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Chirada dattam nijagupta vittam swaprema nama amritamatyudaraha apavaram yo vitatara gauraha krishno janebhyastamaham prapadye. He says that swaprema nama amritamatyudaraha, the Supreme Lord Krishna in his form as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is bestowing upon all of us Krishna Prema through Krishna Nama. So the Krishna Prema is the ultimate Aishwarya, the ultimate opulence that a soul can ever have is pure love for Krishna, pure devotion to Krishna. And that opulence, that wealth, that treasure is bestowed upon the soul by chanting Krishna name. Sarvaishwaryaika mantram vyasana bhujaga sandashta santrana mantram. Vyasana means distresses. Sometime back we discussed, right? Aho jananam vyasanabhimukhyam. Vyasana means dangers. People, they don't chant the holy names of the Lord. Vyasanabhimukhyam, they run towards vyasana. They run towards dangers. They go towards the danger. But holy name of Krishna can destroy all the dangers. That is Vyasana bhujaga. These dangers of material world are compared to bhujaga, snakes. Vyasana bhujaga sandashta santrana mantram. When a snake bites, when a snake bites, sometimes the snake charmer comes, or some medical man, some doctor comes and gives us some kind of mantra or some kind of aushadha to counteract that snake bite, or it's like an antidote for that snake bite, for that poison. So holy name of Krishna is the real antidote for the poisonous snake bites of material dangers. All the material dangers are like snake bites, snakes. They're biting us. Sometimes, even if somebody is bitten by a snake, they may not realize till they die. Or till some blood or something else foam comes out of their mouth, they may not realize that they have been bitten by a snake. Similarly, in the conditioned soul, in the material world, most of the conditioned souls, they don't even realize that they are bitten by the snakes of material desires, material distresses. They think that it's a part of life. They can't conceive that there can be a life without this also. There can be a life without janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. Without birth, death, old age, disease also, one can have a life. They can't even conceive of it. They are so accustomed to this danger that they can't even imagine something higher. Many years back, one of our senior preachers was saying that he went to do food for life. Means when there's surplus prasadam, they just uh, take it to some places and then start distributing to people who may be poor or something like that. So there is khichdi, very simple sattvic khichdi. Not sattvic, some little spice is also there. Khichdi is there. And there is thick pineapple butter halwa, which is made in pure ghee. And all kinds of dry fruits are there. Very opulent. And this devotee went and started distributing in some places. And they took khichdi, so nice. And they took butter, this halwa. They took a bite and then they threw it. They did not eat it. So this devotee felt, why they are throwing this butter halwa? It is made very nicely. Khichdi is like very straightforward to make, but this butter halwa we have put so much effort to make, and they are not taking it only. And okay, food for life is over. This devotee is about to leave. Some kids came. Simple rural kids came. He said, "Agla bar khichdi leke aana. Sirf khichdi leke aana. You get only khichdi next time. You don't get this at a halwa business." Now, I mean, nothing wrong about khichdi, but this devotee is making this point that they're so simple. They may be they're little poor. They're unable to connect with this rich, opulently made halwa. People are hankering for this, but although they are getting it, they are unable to relish it because they just want this simple khichdi only. Nothing wrong about it. Don't take it that way. But although something higher is given, sometimes people may not be able to relish it because of lack of taste buds, because of lack of taste for it. Similar, everything is Krishna Prasadam. Don't overstretch this example. But point is, you may like khichdi, you may not like halwa. That's not the point here. Point is, although something higher is given, when somebody settles down to a lower taste, they cannot relish the higher taste, even if they are given access to it. That is the conditioned state. Vyasana bhujaga sandashta santrana mantram. People don't even realize that they are undergoing some distress. People don't even realize that the happiness that they are getting in this material world is such insignificant, insubstantial happiness, incompatible with the pure spirit soul. They can't even realize it. They don't. They can't accept this fact that there can be a happiness which is way beyond the so-called material sensual pleasures that they are experiencing in this world. They can't even realize it. But when you chant the holy name of the Lord, holy name will make you realize that there is some spiritual happiness above material happiness. That's the power of holy name. Never underestimate the potency of holy name.
Even if you chant inattentively or attentively, somehow the holy name can bring a transformation in the heart. And we can chant attentively, that's great. Even if somebody chants not so attentively, Sanketyam Parihasyam va Stobham Helanameva va Vaikunthanamagarhanam Aseshagaharam Viduhu. Right? Even indirect chanting, unconscious chanting also can release us from all kinds of dangers and can give a higher realization. See, holy name can help us understand Shastra. Holy name can help us relieve, can help us be relieved from all kinds of distresses. Therefore, chant. Jihve Sri Krishna mantram. Japa japa satatam. Constantly chant. Janma safalya mantram. Next sloka. I think next sloka we discussed, right? Vyamoha prasamoshadam. 33rd. Prabhupada's favorite sloka. Krishnattvadiya pada pankaja panjarantam. Adyaiva me vishatu manasa rajahamsah. Prana samaye kafavata pittaihi. Kantavarodhana vidhau smaranam kutaste. Krishna tvadiya pada pankaja panjarantam. Oh Krishna, let me always meditate on the divine lotus feet of your Lordship. Krishna tvadiya pada pankaja panjarantam adyaiva me vishatu manasa rajahamsa. He says that let my mind, which is like a regal swan, relish your name, meditate on your feet. Let me not get distracted. This is a very important prayer, which is very much connected to a prayer in Isopanishad and some shlokas in the Bhagavad Gita. Any guesses? Bhagavad Gita shloka. Which Bhagavad Gita shloka is connected to this? No. Next. Antakale cha mama. Correct. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshayah. Means at the end of one's life, if you remember Krishna's lotus feet, you will reach Krishna. There is no doubt about it. And here also this devotee is praying, oh Krishna, let me remember you at the time of death. Prana prayana samaye. Now, this is slightly different. There, the prayer says, if you remember me at the time of death, you will reach me. But now this devotee, Kilashekar Alvar, is saying that I am not sure whether I will remember you at the time of death. Because prana prayana samaye, when the prana is leaving this body at the time of death, kafavata pittaihi kantavarodhana vidho. Because of this kafavata pitta imbalance in this kafavata pitta in the body, because of so much of pain that we are experiencing, because of so many unfulfilled material desires, because of so much of anxiety, because of physical discomfort or so many other things, I am not sure whether I will be able to remember you or not. But now I'm healthy and happy. My senses are strong. I'm able to remember you. I'm able to see you. I'm able to worship you. I'm able to hear the class. I'm able to sit in the class. So better you take me now only. Let me die now only. Now that I'm in a proper consciousness of remembering you, worshipping you, seeing you with devotees around me, this is the right time to leave the body so that I can reach you. But I'm not sure whether I'll be able to remember you at the time of death. Oh Krishna, please take me away. This is the insecurity that a devotee has. This is a bona fide insecurity. The most bona fide insecurity is, I may forget Krishna. Let me not forget Krishna. Let me always remember Krishna. Or let me leave this body whenever I remember Krishna. Instead of waiting for a moment where I have to leave my body in an ambience where I may not have Krishna conscious vibrations around me. At that time, I may not be able to remember Krishna. Let me leave now. By the way, this prayer may be applicable to a sadhaka bhakta, but whether it is Kulashekar Alvar or any other great devotee, they will definitely be able to remember Krishna at the time of death. Because Krishna will manifest in their minds at the time of their death. Krishna will personally come, either in the form of a human being, or in other form, or at least in the form of memory, remembrance within their mind. Say they have participated in Jagannath Rath Yatra, they will be able to remember the beautiful form of Jagannath Ji, whose cart they have pulled in their lifetime somewhere at some time. Suddenly the Jagannaths will manifest in their mind. They will be able to remember Krishna and go back to God. Or they must have performed Arti of Giridhari Ji or Narasimha Dev Ji. They will be able to remember. Krishna will ensure that a devotee remembers. Even if a devotee happens to fail to remember Krishna at the time of death, Krishna will ensure that in the next life he will remember without any distractions and deviations. For example, Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj, he could not remember Krishna. He remembered a deer and he became a deer. But in deer body, Bharat Maharaj was thoroughly Krishna conscious. He was remembering only Krishna and nothing else and no one else. Krishna will ensure that. In Isopanishad also, a devotee prays something similar. A devotee prays that, "Oh Lord, when I die, you remember." He's not praying for his own remembrance. He's saying, "Oh Lord, you remember what all services I have done. Hope you remember the names that I have chanted, the dhams that I have visited, the services that I have rendered. So please show some mercy upon me by remembering whatever spiritual activities I have done, O Lord, and deliver me." That is his prayer. But Prabhupada says, you don't have to pray like this. You can pray. If that is your mood, please pray, no problem. But even if a devotee doesn't remind Krishna of the services he has done, Krishna will remember. In fact, a devotee may do some service and forget. But Krishna never forgets. Because Krishna is Kritagna. Because Krishna is Kritagna. Kritagna means what? Krita means that which is done. Gna means to remember. So Krishna always remembers all the services that we have done to him. Even if you have not done any service in your life, the only service you have done is to pluck one rose and bring it to the altar and place it at the feet of the Lord. That's the only service you have done throughout your life. Krishna becomes grateful for that little service. Because Krishna is Sarvagna. Therefore, he is Kritagna. Sarvagna means one who knows everything. But Krishna doesn't stop at knowing everything, doesn't stop at just being aware of everything. He becomes grateful for that things. He is Sarvagna and Kritagna. Who says this? Uddhava says. In the 11th canto of Bhagavatam, Uddhava offers a beautiful prayer. He says, Tasmad bhavantamanavadyamanantaparam sarvagnamishwaramakuntha vikuntha tishnyam nirvinna dhiraha muhe vrijinabhitapto narayanam narasakham sharanam prapadye. Tasmad bhavantam anavadyam anantaparam sarvagnam. I will not discuss the whole shloka, but one word here is sarvagnam. Sarva means everything. Gna means to know. Sarvagna means one who knows everything. What does he know? He knows every single service we have done. And he also knows every single mistake we have done. Every single offense we have done. Every single sinful activity we have done, he knows. But Krishna is Saragrahi. Krishna is merciful. Even if he knows every single mistake we have done, he only considers every single service we have done. He only registers only good thoughts. Of course, when the sinful activities go beyond certain extent, he will punish us also. That's a different thing. But he never fails to recognize our good deeds, recognize our good thoughts, good desires, good intentions, good services. Say, for example, somebody is playing harmonium and singing for the Lord. Very nicely, they're leading kirtan. But sometimes someone who leads kirtan may not only be absorbed in the holy name of the Lord. Sometimes there is also an intention to impress people around, attract the attention of people around, aspire for some claps, some appreciation, some recognition. So that may be there somewhere deep in the heart. or that may be prominently there in the heart also of a struggling sadhaka. Any experiences? You don't have to tell me. You don't have to raise your hands, but it's there, somewhere there. There is some material motive also. Definitely there is a pure desire to glorify Krishna somewhere, but along with that, there are other desires also. Till we are completely purified, till we only love Krishna and nothing else, there are some other material desires also for public attention, name, fame, prestige, all those things. But Krishna, being Saragrahi, he ignores all the negative intentions and picks up only that sincere desire. Even though it's a small iota, still he picks up that sincere desire to glorify him and he blesses us. Therefore, he is Kritagna. Not only Sarvagna, he knows everything, but he is Kritagna. Because he knows every service we have done, he becomes grateful for every service we have done. Because he is grateful for even the smallest service we have rendered, he will protect us from the greatest dangers. And the greatest danger is to glide down to the lower species of life. To lose this great opportunity of human form of life and glide down to this lower species. So Krishna doesn't allow that to happen. Even if he allows that to happen, still he protects our remembrance. It happened in Bharat Maharaj's case. Bharat Maharaj remembered a deer, he became a deer. Means he glided down to lower species. But he did not have the consciousness of a deer. He only had the consciousness of a dedicated devotee, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi devotee. Which deer is so Krishna conscious? Which deer will go and associate with devotees? Which deer will go to a holy place like Palahashrama and just constantly meditates on the Lord only and doing nothing else? But Bharat deer Bharat has done it. Means Krishna blessed Bharat Maharaj even in a deer body to do Krishna Smaranam. Because the greatest loss is losing remembrance of Krishna. And the greatest gain is to always remember Krishna. So Krishna doesn't allow us to miss that fortune. He will somehow enforce his remembrance upon us. So, coming back to this shloka, here Kulashekara Alvar is being very humble. Krishna, now I am able to remember you. Let me die now only. I'm not sure whether I will be able to remember you at the time of death. Kantavarodhanam, when so many ragas are coming out of my throat, out of cough and all, I won't be able to remember you. Let me die now only. But it is said out of humility. It is said out of some bona fide authorized spiritual insecurity of forgetting Krishna. But although the possibility may be less for such a dedicated devotee. Kulashekara is very absorbed. Similarly, many other devotees are absorbed, they never forget Krishna. But still, they feel that, oh, I should never forget Krishna. I should never forget Krishna. Krishna, may you always manifest in my heart. They keep praying for it. They keep begging. Even in the 5th canto of Bhagavatam, in the 3rd chapter, there were some priests who conducted a sacrifice for Nabhi Maharaj. And the Lord descended on the back of Garuda, gave darshan to these priests, and the priest said, oh Lord, please give us one benediction. May we remember you at the time of death. Let us not forget you. Because you promised, one who remembers you at the time of death will reach you. We want to reach you. Therefore, you please ensure that we remember you. So let's not forget Krishna. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. The greatest security is in remembering Krishna. The greatest insecurity is in forgetting Krishna. Therefore, sometimes a devotee feels a little fearful. So he is offering this prayer. So let's go ahead. 34. Chetaschintaya kirtayasva rasane namri bhavatvam shiro. Chetaschintaya kirtayasva rasane namri bhavatvam shiro. Hastavanjali samputam rachayatam vandasva dirgham vapu. Atman samshraya pundarika nayanam nagachalendra sthitam. Atman samshraya pundarika nayanam nagachalendra sthitam. धन्यं पुण्यतमं तदेव परमं दैवं हि सत्सिद्धये। धन्यं पुण्यतमं तदेव परमं दैवं हि सत्सिद्धये। Chetaschintaya. This is similar to Jihve Kirtaya shloka. Chetaschintaya, within my Chetana, let me always remember you. You see, this Chetana is in 5 levels. We know that, right? The 5 levels of consciousness, did we discuss sometime? The lowest is Avrita Chetana, which is covered consciousness in plants. Second is Sankuchita Chetana, shrunken consciousness in animals. Third is Mukundamala Chetana, budding consciousness in human beings. Fourth is Vikasita Chetana, blossoming consciousness in human beings who are practicing bhakti. Fifth is Purna Vikasita Chetana, completely blossomed consciousness in pure devotees. Not practicing devotees, pure devotees. Clear? 5 types of Chetana. Bhakti helps us go to higher levels of Chetana. Now, fortunately, we have received a human birth. So we came to this Mukundamala Chetana. When we start practicing bhakti, slowly that practice of bhakti will make that Mukundamala budding consciousness into like blossoming consciousness. A bird has its own beauty, but when it just blossoms slowly like this, it becomes more fragrant, more beautiful, much bigger, more attractive. So that is like Vikasita Chetana. When it's completely like opened, like a beautiful Sahasradala Padma, great lotus, then it is very fragrant, very beautiful, it's complete. That is Purna Vikasita Chetana. So bhakti takes us to the higher levels of consciousness. But as a part of practice, we need to remember Krishna. Chetas Chintaya, within our mind, let us always remember the Lord. Chintaya means let us contemplate on the Lord. Kirtayasva rasane, with our tongue, let us do kirtan. Let us chant the holy names of the Lord. Let us glorify Krishna's Nama Rupa Guna Lila. Chetas Chintaya Kirtayasva rasane Namri Bhavatvam Shiro. With Shira, with head, let us offer obeisances to Krishna. Hasta Vanjali Samputam, with hasta, with hands. Let us hold these hands like this and offer obeisances. Hasta Vanjali Samputam Rachayatam Vandasva Dirgham Vapu. Vapu means his whole body. Dirgha means you stretch the whole body and offer prostrated obeisances. You see? Offer prostrated obeisances to the body, with the body. So this is how you need to utilize all your bodily limbs in Krishna's service. Atman samshraya pundarika nayanam nagachalendra sthitam. Now, with our hands we fold, with our whole body we stretch in front of the deities and offer obeisances. With our tongue we chant. So with all our bodily limbs we are doing different services. But ultimately, all this physical engagement of senses in Krishna. Namri bhavatvam shiro, you bow. Namri bhavatvam shiro, you bow down with your head. Bow down with your head. Hastavanjali samputam, you fold your hands and offer pranams. Then vandasva dirgham vapu, you offer prostrated obeisances. All these are, you are offering something that you have to Krishna. But Atman samshraya to Krishna. But Atman samshraya, completely offer yourself to Krishna. That is bhakti. Bhakti is not just offering something to Krishna, but bhakti is offering yourself to Krishna. And bhakti is not desiring something from Krishna. Bhakti is desiring Krishna himself. Got it? Don't ask something from Krishna, ask him only. Krishna, you become mine. That is bhakti. You take Krishna into your heart. Krishna, you are mine and I am yours. And Krishna also says this. Aham bhakta paradhino hyasvatantra ivadvijaha. I am bhakta paradhina. I am sold out to devotees. And Krishna says, you are my property. That does not mean devotee doesn't share his property, Krishna, with someone else. Right? Because Krishna can be property of thousands and millions of devotees simultaneously. That is speciality of Krishna. Like there is this shloka in the Gautamiya Tantra, which is quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adalila. The shloka says that Tulasidala matrena, Tulasidala matrena, Jalasya chulukena va, Vikrinite swamatmanam bhaktebhyo bhaktavatsalaha. If you just offer some Tulsi dal to Krishna, Ganga jal to Krishna, what happens? Krishna feels that I am sold out to this devotee. This devotee has purchased me with the proper price, right payment of giving Tulsi Dala. Just like Rukmani purchased Krishna. So when you offer Tulsi to Krishna, you are offering the proper payment and purchasing Krishna. Krishna becomes yours. So if this devotee offers a Tulsi Dala to Krishna and Krishna becomes his property, that does not mean all of us are deprived of Krishna. We can also purchase Krishna by paying one more Tulsi Dala. He sold out to him already. One product is when it is sold out to somebody, that does not mean he cannot be purchased, that product cannot be purchased by anyone else. So product is over, right? Like stock out of stock. We have 10 things, all 10 things are sold out of stock. But Krishna is never out of stock. He is unlimited. So hundreds and thousands of devotees can purchase Krishna with a little payment of one Tulsi Dala. Done. But with bhakti. With bhakti. Not that other devotees get some Xerox copies. Sometimes when prasad is over, stock is over, they bring some kurmura to to distribute. You see, when the main menu is over, by the end of prasadam distribution, when the main menu is over, they get some alternate items. Oh, Prabhu, gulab jamun is over. Take this badusha. There's some simpler sweet. When gulab jamun over, when fancy sweets are over, they give some smaller sweets. Prabhu, take this jaggery. Our sugar is over. Our main sweet is over. But it's not like that. We get Krishna, directly Krishna. Full Krishna in his full potency, his full swarupa can become the property of a devotee, property of multiple devotees simultaneously. Not that the first devotee gets the original copy, other devotees get the Xerox copies. Everybody can get the original copy. So Krishna gives himself to us. So bhakti is not giving something to Krishna, but giving yourself to Krishna. Bhakti is not asking something from Krishna, bhakti is asking Krishna himself, desiring Krishna himself. Right? Atman samshraya pundarika nayanam nagachalendra sthitam. Nagachalendra sthitam is he sleeps on the snake bed. Dhanyam punyatamam tadeva paramam daivam hi satsiddhaye. This is the way of living life. One who lives life in this way, by offering everything that he has to Krishna and offering oneself to Krishna, such a person is dhanya. He is extremely fortunate. Punyatamam, that's the greatest punya. Ordinary material punya takes us from lower levels of enjoyment to higher levels of enjoyment. Bhuloka to Swargaloka, that's all. But there is spiritual punya, punya shravana kirtanaha, that takes us beyond the material world. Dhanyam punyatamam tadeva paramam daivam hi satsiddhaye. Daivam hi satsiddhaye. You will attain Krishna himself. Krishna becomes your property. So, next sloka. How much time? 9:40 already. Shall we stop and take some questions? I think we'll take some questions. I don't want to delay you. One more, any more. Okay. Okay, as soon as I got this sloka. 43. Go to 43. Krishno rakshatu no jagatraya guro Krishnam namadhvam sada. Krishno rakshatu no jagatraya guro Krishnam namadhvam sada. Krishnena shatravo vinihataha Krishnaya tasmai namah. Krishnadeva samuthitam jagatidam Krishnasya dasosmyaham. Krishne tishtati vishvametadakhilam. He Krishna rakshasva mam. We saw Aushatha Shloka, we saw Mantra Shloka, we saw Mani Shloka. This is Krishna Shloka. Good, good that we are concluding with this. I don't know why this shloka came. I just opened it. This came. Of course, wherever you open, you'll find only nectar. This book has only nectar, nothing else. Whichever shloka you open, you'll find nectar only. So Krishna rakshatuno. Let Krishna protect me. He's our only protector. Krishna rakshatuno jagatraya guru. He is the guru. He is the spiritual master. He is the teacher of all the universe. Krishnam vande jagadgurum. Krishno rakshatu no jagatraya guru. Krishnam namadhvam sada. Because Krishna is our only protector, because Krishna is our only teacher, he is rakshatu, he is guru also. Therefore, Krishnam namadhvam sada. Let me always offer obeisances to Krishna only. Clear? First line. Krishno rakshatu no jagatraya guru. Krishna is the protector of the universe. He is the guru of entire universe. Therefore, let's offer obeisances only to Krishna. Clear? Second line. Krishnena khila shatravo vinihataha. Krishnaya tasmai namah. Krishnena, only Krishna can. Akhila shatravo vinihataha. Shatru means enemies. Akhila Shatru means all enemies. In the form of our lust, envy, pride, greed. Not the external enemies, internal enemies. All this discussion is about the internal enemies. Let us try to come out of this myth or illusion that someone is our enemy. Nobody is our enemy in this world. They may perceive us as enemies, that's their problem. If we perceive them as enemies, that's our problem. But no one can be enemy of anyone. Only one's own lust, envy, pride, greed are the real enemies. Okay, let me stop this shloka and tell you one story. Small story. In the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, there is this king, Jarasandha, the maternal uncle of Kamsa. So this Jarasandha once has captivated 20,000 kings. He arrested 20,000 kings. All these 20,000 kings found a messenger and wrote a letter to Krishna. This messenger brought that letter to Dwarka Assembly Hall and read it. That message said that, oh Krishna, we are very desperate. We need your protection. Krishna Rakshatuno, you are the only protector. This Jarasandha has arrested us, is torturing us. Please come and protect us. Please release us from this prison. We are unable to bear this torture. We need to go back to our kingdoms. We need to rule back. Then to cut the long story short, Krishna went to Indraprastha, took Arjuna and Bhima with him. All three of them, Bhima, Arjuna, Krishna, disguised themselves as Brahmanas, went to Jarasandha's kingdom, which is Magadha, and begged for the charity of fight. Jarasandha said, okay, I donate. Donation of fight. Who will fight? Bhima will fight. Then Bhima and Jarasandha fought for 28 days. Then finally, by Krishna's mercy, Bhima killed Jarasandha. Now Krishna went to the prison cell of Jarasandha. He found 20,800 kings there, desperate. Krishna released them from the prison and gave them nice food, gave them nice clothes, revived them, made them proper, and said, go back to your kingdoms. Now they offered a prayer to Krishna. Krishna, Jarasandha is not our enemy. Although he arrested us, he tortured us, he is not our enemy. The real enemy is our own ignorance, our own ego, our own false ego. We are Kshatriyas, we are rulers of some kingdoms, but we are never satisfied with our own kingdom. We want to expand our territories. We wanted to encroach upon each other's kingdom. Therefore, we are fighting with each other to acquire more land, more property, more citizens, more followers, more influence. That is our aspiration. Therefore, we are fighting with each other. As Kshatriyas, we want to expand our kingdoms. So just as we have this ego and ignorance that we are the controllers, we are the masters, we are the proprietors, we are the enjoyers, we are the bosses, we are the doers, Jarasandha also had like that. Same. He's a little bigger egoistic person. We are a smaller egoistic people. We wanted to encroach upon others' property. He wanted to encroach upon bigger, much bigger property, bigger villain. So it is our own greed which is acting as our enemy. Our own greed is our enemy. Our ignorance is our enemy. Our bodily conception is our enemy. Our ignorance, our false ego is our enemy. Jarasandha is not our enemy. So please release us from this enemy of ignorance. Please kill our enemy of false ego. Let us never perceive anyone as our competitor or opponent or enemy. Even if they give us tough competition or whatever, fine, no problem. Do the needful as a matter of what to say, living in this world, survival and other things. But we should never see anyone as an enemy. A devotee is ajata shatru. For a devotee, enemy is never born. Or any born person cannot be seen as an enemy by a devotee. Anyways, coming back to this shloka. Even Gajendra also. Initially Gajendra prayed, "Oh Lord, this crocodile is my enemy. You please protect me from this crocodile." Now, what should the Lord protect? The Lord should protect the body of Gajendra from the jaws of this crocodile. That's all. But the crocodile is a pure spirit soul. Gajendra is also pure spirit soul. Both are spiritual. Both are Sachidananda. Both are servants of the Lord. Both are children of God. How can the Lord see anyone as their enemy? How can the Lord take the side of Gajendra and kill the crocodile? Crocodile also Krishna's child only, right? The Lord cannot see as enemy. The Lord doesn't see anyone as his enemy. He punishes some demonic people just like a mother punishes a child. A father becomes strict with a child. That's what he does. If the Lord doesn't see anyone as an enemy, how can a devotee see anyone as an enemy? If you're trying to serve that Lord, if you're trying to connect with that Lord, if you're trying to become more and more conscious of Krishna, we should come out of that envy, come out of that enmity. We should not have anyone as our enemy. Even if they consider as our enemies, we never consider them as our enemies, right? So, but the real enemy is our own greed, our own pride, our own false ego, our own ignorance of our spiritual identities, our own material conceptions that we are the masters, we are the proprietors, we are great. That's our enemy. Krishnena khila shatravo vinihataha. Krishna destroys these enemies, not those enemies. Those so-called enemies are also Krishna's children. Got this? Whomever we consider us as enemies in this world, whether it is he or a she, whether it is Indian or American or whoever, they are Krishna's children. We should not envy them. We can disapprove their misdeeds, but we can never hate those people. They are all Krishna's children. You can never say Krishna kill them. You may say as a matter of fact, but Krishna is rotting in this material existence. Please liberate him. That's the prayer. Please liberate him from this greed. Please liberate this person from his from this third class or 10th class thought process. Please release him from this poor consciousness. That's the prayer. Not that please kill him. Krishna never kills anybody. Because soul can never be killed only. Who is being killed? Body is being killed. How can you pray for someone's degradation? How can you pray for someone's harm? You can never pray for someone's. That's why Mother Suniti told Dhruva, "My dear child, don't desire harm for anyone. Even if they have harmed you, you should not desire harm for anyone." That's Mother Suniti. And that's what we can see in the character of everybody. All pure devotees in Bhagavatam. So, Krishnena kila shatravo vinihataha means Krishna can destroy all our shatrus. Krishnaya tasmai namah. Let us offer obeisances to Krishna. Krishna deva samuthitam jagadidam Krishnasya dasosmyaham. Krishnadeva samuthitam jagadidam. This entire jagat came from Krishna, and means he is the creator. We are also part of Krishna's creation. Therefore, Krishnasya dasosmyaham. Everything in this world, in this creation, must be utilized in his service, including ourselves. As spirit souls, we are children of God. Our bodies are products of Krishna. Right? Krishna only is the origin of Bhumi, Rapona, Lovayu, Khammano, Buddhirevacha, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego, all came from Krishna. And this body, gross body and subtle body, are made of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego. Thus, our gross body came from Krishna, our subtle body came from Krishna, we came from Krishna, Aham Bija Pradah Pitaha. Then what do we have to claim as our own? We can't claim anything as our property. We can't claim our accomplishments as our accomplishments. Everything is being accomplished by Krishna. Therefore, you just have to say, Krishnasya dasosmyaham. That's all. We are servants of Krishna. That's our only identity. That's the most logical, reasonable, philosophical conclusion of all scriptures. We are not doers. We are not masters. We are not proprietors. We are not owners of anything. We are not owners of our own bodies. We are not owners of our own souls. Krishna is the owner of all souls. That's all. Therefore, Krishnasya dasosmyaham. Krishne tishtati vishvavetadakhilam. Hey Krishna rakshasvama. Within Krishna, entire universe rests. Krishna created. The third line speaks about the creation. Last line speaks about the annihilation. After the creation is destroyed, it goes back into Krishna. Krishne tishtati vishvavetadakhilam. Hey Krishna rakshasvama. Oh Krishna, please protect me. See this. The shloka began with Krishna's rakshata, rakshatu, Krishno rakshatu, then rakshasvamam. You are the only protector, therefore you protect me. So the shloka began with a sambandha gnana, an understanding that Krishna is the only protector. And shloka ended with saying that, Krishna, you please protect me. Not just having a theoretical understanding that Krishna is the protector. You seek that protection. You pray for that protection. You survive based on that protection. If you have a theoretical understanding that Krishna is the protector and we live on our own, not applying that understanding, then we have not realized what we have read. Therefore, we need to apply, we need to put it into practice. Krishna is the protector. Have some faith. Even if there are some ups and downs in life, even if there are some difficulties in life, please understand Krishna is the protector. Krishna is there to protect us. Why are we unnecessarily feeling insecure, fearful, lamenting? Why are we lamenting? Shoka moha bhayapaha. Take shelter of Krishna, destroy all your shoka, moha and bhaya. He is our protector. So let us pray that we become Krishna conscious. Let us take shelter in Krishna's protection. Nothing else can protect us. So with this, let us conclude our series, 3-day series on Mukundamala Stotra. I'm very grateful to all of you for allowing me Thank you for allowing me to meditate on this beautiful, sweet, nectarian shlokas of Mukundamala Stotra for the last 3 days. It is because of your enthusiasm I am able to speak. You are extracting words from me. Otherwise, I don't have any capacity to speak. But Krishna uses even the most insignificant people also as instruments to uh, transmit his grace. And we are the greatest way of living human life is to be an instrument of Krishna's grace. So let us do our services with responsibility, but without claiming any credit, knowing that Krishna is doing everything. So I'm thankful to all of you. If I have made any mistakes in my explanations, kindly forgive me. I sincerely seek your blessings. I'm not speaking out of formality, but I sincerely seek your blessings for my continued services in the right consciousness. Thank you very much. Iskcon Narasimha Giridhari Mandir Bhaktavrind ki jai. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, any reflections or questions? I have time. We have time. You can speak a few words if you want. Whoever wants.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. धन्यवाद प्रणाम. थैंक यू प्रभु. 3 दिन हमें एकदम नेक्टरियन वीक गया है this week. Like in previous week also Madhusudan Prabhu came and went, and today also we will went. We will wait again. We will come to give this nectarian message of the Lord. Like yesterday and today, however, I observe when it is come to holy names, very elaborately, very, very enthusiastically, we will explain very highly. Their Nama, Rupa, Guna, all these things are inside of the holy names, like Dhruva Maharaj, who yesterday explained about the Vasudeva, name of Vasudeva, all the things enter in the Dhruva Maharaj's heart. So likely, I feel that all the scriptures revealed in your heart, like you are a Shrutidhar, when you are explaining one by shlokas, it is like nectarian flowing inside the heart. So definitely the holy names, give that potency. So how should we chant the holy name properly? What should be the proper pronouns? In other words, how you are chanting the holy names? Kind,
Hare
please,
Krishna. Pass. I don't have
please,
answer to
Prabhu.
this
It is
question.
please, Prabhu.
Basically, we need to pray. We need to be more prayerful. When we fail, that should make us humble. When we fail to chant attentively, that should make us humble. That should that should make us realize that I need to become more humble to chant well. Durdaiva midrishamiha janinanu ragaha. My durdaivam, my misfortune is I don't have taste for chanting. But how to destroy that misfortune of lack of taste for chanting? Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtane sadaharihi. Who will be able to chant nicely? Always kirtane sadaharihi. One who has humility, one who has tolerance, one who is respectful, and one who has no false prestige. So we need to cultivate these qualities to be able to chant. When I fail to chant properly, I realize that I remind myself that I don't have these qualities yet. So we need to strive to get these qualities so that we can chant well. Hare Krishna.
Thank you
Any
very
other
much.
question, comment?
Prabhu, yesterday and today you quoted this verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Ataiva Vaishnavera, Ataiva Nama Matra Vaishnavera Dharma. We also in many of our, both for Grahasthas in general and even our like initiation ceremonies, we have Homa. Agni is the carrier for the offerings to take it to the Supreme Lord. When Nama is emphasized, uh, I can understand something like, say, for example, for general Grahastha ceremonies, but even for initiation, uh, why would we also go for a Homa in addition? Can you throw some?
Prabhupada has done it, and many other acharyas have done it. Is it Gopal Bhatta Goswami? He compiled a book also on all these rituals in a performed in a Vaishnava way. So we respect the spiritual culture given to us by our parampara, and all these sacrifices and rituals, when they are done in a very devotional way, in a spiritual way, in line with our Vaishnava acharyas, they carry that potency. And while performing those rituals or sacrifices, we definitely chant so many holy names of the Lord. Right from Achaman, we are chanting Krishna's names. Shodashapacharpaya puja, we are chanting Krishna's names. Every oblation we are offering in the yajna, we are chanting the names of the Lord, names of the devotees of the Lord. So, holy name is there, all pervading in all these activities. So, we just follow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Thank you for the 3 beautiful classes. So my question is, we discussed that the holy name can destroy and we can become materially, we can transcend from the material plane by chanting the holy name. But when we see in the devotees case, there are some fall downs like in Bharat Maharaj, we see that the attachment overcame the attachment of Krishna. The material attachment overcame. How can we understand? Like the potency is the same, right?
Potency is there, but free will is very strong. The Lord has invested so much of his potency in holy name and in all the other spiritual activities and like devotional limbs of bhakti, but we always have a free will. And the good news or bad news, whatever you take it, is Krishna never interferes with our free will for a valid reason, for an obvious reason. Why does Krishna not interfere with our free will? Because if he interferes with our free will, then we become machines. We are not living beings. So Krishna wants us to utilize that free will or minute independence, swecha, swatantrata, and voluntarily access the potency of that limb. When a devotee gets distracted from bhakti, or quote unquote falls down, or distracted or deviated, that's not because of uh, bhakti's mistake. It is because of the sadhaka's mistake. That doesn't minimize the potency of bhakti, that only emphasizes on the importance that sadhaka should access that potency with more attention, be more careful in accessing that potency. Uh, when we are dealing with Vaishnavas, yes, they are very potent, they're glorious. But if we don't deal with them properly, then the fire of Vaishnava aparadh may distract us from our bhakti. There are so many aparadhs that one may commit, a sadhaka may commit. There may be seva aparadh, guru aparadh, dhamma aparadh, nama aparadh, Vaishnava aparadh, so many aparadhs we may commit. Because of that, there could be some fall down or distraction or deviation, or deliberately neglecting some rules that one has to follow, even if one has the ability to follow. The deliberate negligence of the devotional principles definitely causes some kind of distraction or deviation. That is not because of uh, lack of potency in bhakti. That is because of lack of absorption in the bhakta. That's because the sadhaka has misused his free will, misused his minute independence, not because bhakti is not potential. Same class can create different kinds of impacts in the hearts of different hearers. Same darshan can create different kinds of emotions in different seers who are taking the darshan. Same prasad can create different kinds of emotions and also physical problems in the bodies of different devotees depending on their digestive capacity. Somebody may eat little rabdi or pizza, something like that, and they may get indigestion. Somebody will eat 2 pizzas, they can happily digest and sleep happily. Digestive capacity difference. Similarly, in our sadhana bhakti also, we have some responsibility, commitment to the process. When we lack that responsibility and commitment in the process, absorption in the sadhana elements, uh, that can create some deviations and distractions. We need to pray. That's why in the beginning we discussed, right? A devotee has this insecurity, a fear in the heart. I may get deviated from bhakti. I may forget Krishna. I may not remember Krishna at the time of death. So we should maintain that fear. That's a healthy fear of fall down. We should have fear of Maya. When we are overconfident, fearless, Maya, what will it do? I'm chanting since 15 years. You know that? Even if we keep butter in the fridge for 15 years, once you take it out and put it on fire, it will melt only. Maya is very powerful. She's a pure Vaishnavi. Never underestimate her potency. Whenever somebody is going from her purview to under Krishna's purview, she becomes extra attentive. She works overtime for that devotee to distract him. But the distractions and temptations and allurements created by Maya are not because she is taking revenge on us, because she wants to test us. How determined are we? Just like when a teacher gives a tough question paper, ideally speaking, when a teacher gives a tough question paper, that is not to take revenge on the students. That is to test how much the student has understood. There are some professors who do the other way also. I know that. They take pleasure when the students don't write exam properly. My God, the teacher is going to ecstasy sometimes. While giving their answer sheets, by pointing out their faults, they go into ecstasy. You don't even know this much. When the student face becomes small and the teacher's face becomes big. Sometimes. Not everyone is like that. There are some very affectionate teachers. We have seen both categories. So these people, they give tough questions in the exams just to test the student, how much the student has understood. When the student actually solves the tough problems, the teacher becomes happy, excited, elated. Wow, I'm proud of my student. Wonderful, amazing. Right? That's what Maya also does. Maya puts more tests to a devotee who is taking bhakti more seriously. If I don't take Maya bhakti seriously, Maya will not take us seriously. If we take bhakti seriously, Maya will take us seriously. Oh, I need to test him more. And when we fail in the test, we'll fall down. When we pass in the test, we'll flourish in our Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I got the answer for my question from Gauranga Darshan Prabhuji's class. All I wanted to say is thank you for inviting such a wonderful, pure-hearted speaker who spoke so nicely about what is needed for aspiring, endeavoring sadhakas like us. And I want to say a big thank you for such a nice devotee audience. I'm seeing left, right, center, front, everybody are taking notes very nicely, interestingly. They're hearing, asking questions. Such a nice audience for such a nice teacher. And I'm sure Lord Gauranga sitting there must be in ecstasy, hearing the teacher speak and watching the students here. So I'm very grateful to you. And about the reflection and the answer that I got, I was thinking that, yeah, I should start seeing Krishna. Otherwise, it's like oblations in the ashes. Prabhuji only has told. So in holy name, I was thinking I should see Krishna and hear, see Krishna and hear. And it felt like uphill task. It was very difficult. I thought, my God, chanting is so difficult. I have no taste for it. Then I remembered Gaurang Darshan Prabhuji's class. It said, beg, beg. Kulashekar Alvar is begging, begging. And I started, Krishna, please help me to chant. Be with me. Then chanting, easy. Again, Krishna, please be with me. And chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Be with me. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Easy. Easy. It worked. This begging works. Prabhuji asked there one. Prabhuji asked how to chant. And Prabhuji told Pranada Pishunishana Tarapisashana. So, yes, if we are not even at that level, I think begging also helps us to chant. That's also Trinada Pishunichena. This is my reflection. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for taking pain to come here, for teaching all of us. And thank you for this lovely audience. I'm really blessed to be amidst you all. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. This is very humbling. Please bless me so that I don't just speak all these principles, but I also follow them in my life. I need to strive to develop these qualities. Speaking Trinadapi Suni Chena Tarorapi Session is very easy. Anybody can speak. Small shloka. Memorizing is easy. Repeating is easy. But internalizing it and implementing its message is a lifetime or lifetimes effort. I need blessings and prayers of devotees to put it into action.
One last question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, we are developing devotees. Sometimes we have problems while chanting. Most of the times it's a pleasureful event. Sometimes when you are confronted with family health problems or some children problem, we are not able to concentrate. The entire mind is occupied with these activities. We mechanically do. Sometimes we come to Mangalarti and all the mind is there in that problem only. But mechanically we are doing sometimes. I don't know how many of you are experiencing this. This is my personal. Out of 7 days of chanting, 1 or 2 days goes this bad way. How to cope up with this one day? 7 days I am fine. One day it's very bad. That
For
day
most
when you
people,
look back, you know
one day is
that
also difficult for most people. We are very advanced, Prabhu. You please bless all of us. 6 out of 7 is a big number.
Okay, Prabhu, how to solve that
We are
one day,
next to
Prabhu?
Bhava stage.
How to solve that one day problem? How to cope up?
First, let us solve all these other 6 days. Keep doing it. It may sound mechanical initially, but it's okay. That mechanical participation in our regular sadhana activities will make us more prayerful. Initially, it may be mechanical. At least one day, we will reflect on what am I praying for during this Guru Puja, during this Tulsi Arati, or during this Sikshashtakam. What exactly am I praying for? One day we will reflect and we'll begin to internalize it. So let's continue. In devotional service, Devotion may come before service, but in reality, service comes before devotion. Let us do service. Let us participate in all the elements of sadhana. Eventually, the mode of devotion will come. अतः श्रीकृष्ण नामादि न भवेद ग्राह्यम इंद्रियैहि सेवोन्मुखे हि जिह्वादौ स्वयमेव स्फुरत्यते. We will need to begin to engage our senses and mind as much as humanly possible in his service. One day Krishna will reveal himself to us. So, do it sincere. We may not be the best, but we'll try our best. Thank you. But you seem to be the best of all. 6 out of 7 is a big score. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please accept my respectful obeisances at your lotus feet.
You don't have offices. 10 here and
Prabhu, we are all supposed to be working from home.
Oh, working from temple now. Yeah.
Prabhu, I am using an analogy here.
I hope your boss is not hearing this class online.
There also, some of them are sitting here.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm using a very crude analogy, but we have seen a lot of T20 matches where this batsman hit 6 probably every ball in an over. But for the last 3 days, in a test match, you have hit every ball 6, bro.
He is the cricketer. What is the batsman? He is the batsman.
He is the batsman.
So my question is there any tip or tips you can give us how to memorize these shlokas, not just from Jivva, not just from the tongue, but also from the heart, Prabhu?
Memorization is not as important as knowing the meaning and internalization and applying its meaning. Still, if you have a taste for memorization, first you need to fall in love with the meaning of the shloka. Then you can accept into your memory. You should be able to connect with that shloka. You should be able to relate with it nicely. When you read the meaning of it, something should strike you. Wow, this is nice. This is what I'm looking for. Whether it is a description of Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, or some very serious message about life, spiritual life, something should strike us. We should be able to resonate with something there. Then we feel that I need to keep it in my memory always to inspire myself, to remind myself of this message. So I would say when you fall in love with a shloka, you will eventually remember it. So many songs, cinema songs, people memorize because there is some love for the hero, for the director, for the musician, for the singer. And without any songbook, we are memorizing movie songs. There is a songbook here. Right? There is a songbook here. Why can't we memorize these songs? So we need to fall in love with the meaning. Then we can memorize. But as a practice, you can just select some shlokas and regularly recite. Win a tune. All these children, they recite nicely. Yashoda is my shloka teacher. Shatru Chedeka mantram I heard from her when she was very small. In that tune. So there are so many devotees who are reciting shlokas nicely. You can hear, you can learn. Regularly, every day, if you recite the same set of shlokas at the same time, few times, in few days they will sit in your memory in the same sequence. We have seen it practically in our Bhaktivedanta Vidyapit. Every day we have 15 or 20 minutes of shloka recitation slot. So when first canto is going on, we have some 20-25 shlokas in the first canto. These 20-25 shlokas, all the Vidyapit students will sit and recite 3-4 times in a day. The whole month or 2 months where first canto is going on. By the end of this month, all these 25 shlokas in the same sequence will sit in their memory without seeing, they will just recite. That is the power of reciting in groups. You recite in groups.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Last one, really the last one.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
There are some meetings also, right? We'll conclude, Prabhu. Thank you. We can meet one-to-one.
Sri Sri Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Sri Gandharvika Giridhari Sriman Mahaprabhu ki. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Like Prabhu said, we had medicine, we had money, mantras, and finally we paid obeisances to Krishna. So let's all pay our obeisances in a way of token of thanks to Prabhuji by loudly chanting.